Welcome back, awesome Astronomy fans and subscribers. I'm reviewing Fortnite Longshot figure today. He does look rather cool. In this wave, you see on the back there, there's DJ Onda, which I've got in the 6-inch and also in the same 4-inch version, but I've not reviewed him open yet. There's Ruckus, who I really want, and I've got him on order, but in China it's taking a bit long. He should be with me in about a month. There is Frostbite, not so keen on getting unless I find him cheap. Peely, who I might get for the amusement factor, novelty factor. There's Verge, I may get, and Tirage Trooper unconsidering, but the ones I wanted really were Longshot, who I've got here, and also Ruckus, who hopefully I'll get sometime soonish. Okay, let's open him up and have a look. It looks pretty cool. This was relatively cheap because the box is damaged, but that's great because it's easy to open him up and get him out. Building material is the metal looking one. Pretty cool. Here's harvesting. That looks pretty nice. There's lots of possibilities for that, for customs, etc. I like that. Let's pop him out. We also have this list of figures, and it should be weapons, items, etc. Oh, there's one called War Paint. I've seen him, but not got him. There's nothing really on there that grabs my attention. Maybe Burnout, but he looks like Rustlord, who I've got and I've yet to review anyway. But they do look pretty cool. And there's loads of weapons which I'm not going to go over now. Okay, so let's look at the figure. Aesthetic. Really quite nice. I do wonder when I get things from China if they're fake or not, but it appears not to be. Really good look. Looks like sort of a sniper. Not sure about this sort of camo on here. A bit obvious there, I guess, unless he's in some sort of burning building. He looks cool, so I do like that. He looks like he's a special ops, special forces. That's one of the reasons why I got him. He does look cool. Articulation, I'm just worried about this top. It's going to get in the way. It does. Where? It can come off, but I'm scared that you're going to break or snap it if you take it off. Okay, so the hood. The hood is glued to the head, but that's a separate piece to the rest, which is good. In fact, is it glued? Yeah, it is glued, but there's no need to glue that. You could take that off and you could repaint underneath. It's going to really limit its articulation. So, head, he will look barely left and right. There's no up and down, there's no side to side. Shoulders. The sculpt completely comes apart. The sculpt here completely stops any articulation on his left side. That is just way too big, and it goes into this soft part here. If I can peel that back a bit, maybe it will slip over. Let me have a look. Okay. So it can go up, it is hinged, there we go, that's better. So he can get to the flat. Bicep bend generally on these Jazwares Fortnite is not great. There is good on a couple of them, really good, but generally it's not great. One of the ones that's good is Ravage, which is the female knight looking one. This one here. And I'll put it in suggested videos. She's got a good bicep bend. This guy, let's have a look. He's not too bad. He's getting to almost 90 degrees, which is pretty good for a Fortnite one. Wrists swivel, and both have this articulation here. There we go. I always hate bending it the first time, so you're really doing hot water. There we go. Waist, he has the trunk here. So he has forwards, backwards, side to side, it can turn. He has a waist articulation as well, which is great. Hips, really good in these Jazwares. He would go further, but the sculpting on the legs gets in the way. Forwards is okay. Backwards is not because of the sculpt. Double kneecap joints, but with the sculpt, let's see, really good on this leg. And that's his left. And really good on his right, which is pretty cool. But his knees feel a bit loose. He has a thigh twist as well. Ankles. He has the side to side. There is no turn, which is unfortunate. And he can do, let's have a look. There we go. He can do a nice sort of ballerina in his little boots there. And he's going to have a really good Michael Jackson as well. Look at that Michael Jackson. Tee-hee! That is awesome. This is a nice looking figure. Now, I am... In fact, you know what? I've got another one order anyway. Let me just take this hood off with the glue and all, and just so you guys can see. And plus, I was going to take off anyway eventually. Now, there is a peg that goes into his head, it looks like. Yeah. So, let's... Okay, so that is a peg in his head, which is broken, which that's no problem. So another one, I can cut that out. In fact, to cut it out, I've got to cut it flat. There we go. And then you can just fill that gap with some green stuff, some modelling putty. And that hood will still fit on him again anyway. So I'm not sure why it was glued in. And his head's pretty cool. He's got, he has a nice head, you know. You didn't need to cover that, Jazwares. So now he gets better articulation. Now he gets his heads up. Let's see. So stiff. Really good up. And he gets a good down as well. The other part is, I don't know if it's glued on as well or not. I've got to see how that is going to move. See, here it will come. The problem is this part that's over, under his arm here, this strap here. Okay, if I take his head off, let's have a look if I can go that way. That might be the way to do it. Yeah, that will come. Let's put his neck peg which way? Backwards. There we go. So you can take it off. But as I said, and as you saw, the hood is glued to the head section, which is a pity. Uncharacteristically, rather, for this one, for the Jazwares Fortnite range, his knees are a little loose. The rest is nice and tight. So that part you may want to repaint if you want to use it, or use it as for another custom. The hood can just come off. I would have to fill in that part in his head and just give it another coat of paint, just a quick spray paint, and then paint over that again. The head itself is actually really nice. That would make for a really cool sort of G.I. Joe, Cobra, sort of Viper, Trooper or something, or even your Acid Rain World, or even your Joy Toy. That is really quite nice. The sculpt on the body is great as well. I do like the look of that. Articulation is great. This part on his body here, this is plugged in. You can see there's a pin that's plugged into his waist. I don't know if that comes out or if it's glued. Let me see. It's moving out now, so maybe. There we go. That comes out. It had a little bit of glue but didn't break, so I can just insert that back in again. Or I can put something else in there. This is a great figure, and I got him for under, quite a bit under retail price because of the damaged box, which is great. So I'm happy with that, and it's great for customs too, in my opinion. Again, the bicep bend could be better, but we know that Jazwares ones generally, Jazwares figures in this scale generally don't have a great bicep bend, but his is pretty good for this line. So great looking figure. I do like that a lot. Just the only complaint really is that his knees are just a bit too loose on this one. Okay, hands, quite a bit of give, which I like. More on the right than the left, but the right is slightly more open. How does he hold his weapon, harvesting tool, whatever it is? I don't know. Rather well and rather easily. Good stuff. Okay, this is Awesome Action Toys, and I am signing out saying please like, share and subscribe, and I'll be back to some more Awesome Action Toy videos for you. Stay happy and keep collecting, okay? Bye-bye.